Bells echoing in the valley. What's this? Alright, maybe this was next stage. I wonder how many levels this is. Stage 1. Last echoes in the forest. Wait. Do we do this one or? Okay.
Yeah.
The wind tears at what's left of his clothes. His body is like a hunk of naked flesh, crawling miserably along. The scarred chest and the bloodiest feet has numbed him, but he keeps on hollowed eyes fixed on the steep, terrifying road ahead. Keep moving.
Keep moving to the higher place.
Is this Shamane? Whereas here, none can tell. The man knows he must go north, away from that village, away from that city, and into the rumored depths of the final salvation. But now, he has successfully distanced himself from his hometown. But he does not know if he will make it, or if he will become a feast for the vultures. The physical agony and torment lets him temporarily escape the mental torture. To him, this is enough. He does not want the journey to end. Instead, he wants the penance to go on ceaselessly, like the fierce wind swirling on the cliff.
This is...
The uneven ground ends, and the dense forest lies ahead. Birds hop high above the treetops. He hears a faint rustling from the bushes and the gurgling of melting ice water.
Water.
Oh, he lost his arm. Having guzzled down the water, he lies on the soft moss, gazing at the dreary
Let's
sky.
see how much farther you can take me.
He aged a lot, so this is when he was younger. A huge tree tower over the entrance. The bark is peeled off, carved with twisted bizarre deity. The deity's face is smeared with beast blood, seemingly warning about those to enter the forest. A handful of wounds is placed on it.
After all the poisoned arrows, deadly traps, and the fierce animals,
Fingers without nails brush over the deity's eyes.
this face even looks welcoming to me, my friend.
He raises his hand, snaps off a thick branch, and staggers into the lush forest. Oh, it's a puzzles! Why can't I see anything? The fog is really thick. Hopefully my eyes will serve me better than my eyes. Oh, there's a river over there, but the water looks really turbulent. But the flow of the river much slower now. Alright, go forward. If you... Okay. Looks like this won't be an easy journey. Keep an eye on... Okay. So, carbuncle roaming forest, streaming delightful. Keep away, lurker, thorns, carbuncles. Okay. Oh, it's blocking the way. The river splits the land into two, like a crack in the canyon, turbulent and icy, never to be melded. Without a doubt, the rapids will sweep away anything that steps into the current, while the remains will become a feast for the fishes, continuing to nourish the forests.
It's not wise to wade this river.
Okay. He looks at the river source and its destination with no ends in sight. Crouching down, he reaches his right hand into the rapids, feeling its breath and fury, but he frowns sullenly, withdrawing his hand.
Seems like I'm not welcome here either.
Bowing his head, he looks back at the way he came. After a long while, he turns and faces the river, taking a deep breath. Splat. He jumps in without hesitation. Washed ashore on the other side, he kneels on the ground, convulsing and vomiting.
Just walk it off while you still can. Nothing to complain about.
Bye. Thanks for the lift. You may have crossed the border, but you need to swim out of the river. You may find firewood, but you got to start the fire. Where did it come from, and how did it end up here? Massive, unmovable. Anyone who set their eyes on it would wonder about these things. The huge boulder is carved with strange patterns. It's wedged into the crevice by accident or not, blocking the only way forward. It remains motionless, leaving only a gap the size of a fist. It looks a bit taller than the sacred fig tree at home. He passed the rock. Its smooth touch seems especially unfriendly now. It's not as easy to climb as that tree. He looks for a foothold on the boulder and moves up it skillfully, climbing bit by bit with his right hand. The boulder below suddenly begins to shake. Along with the strange movement, the patterns on the boulder emits light. The boulder shaking intensified until it jolts and throws him off violently. On the ground, a cone-shaped bone shard stands sharp, predicting piercing his calf. Blood soaked the leg cloth. How is this rock? An unfortunate obstacle. Bearing the pain, he forcibly digs out the bone shard. Quite the temper. He probes carefully, leaving a drop of blood on his fingertips from the thorn. The blood-red thorn has grown rampant, with the thicket numerous skeletons have can be seen intact. The blood-soaked soil has turned dark crimson. This seems to be its substance.
Seems like you've been feasting in the past years.
The fingers avoid the tip, instead grabbing the coarse branch between the spine.
I wonder what your teeth can do to the stones if they couldn't even break up human bones.
He gathers a pile of pebble, picking up the hardest and sharpest rock. The rocks held high crashed down on the thorn, shattering sections of branches. Red sap splattered on his arm in a speckled pattern.
Almost done.
The thorns on their last leg. Shamane reaches in with his stick, prying open the broken thorns and squeezing it sideways with his body. But the thorn seems to sense the foreign obtrusion and swarms around, their hook piercing his ankle, a donovan, and aiming for his eyes. The lone right hand grips the climbing branch tightly. At the very least, I can't stop here. The spikes pierce deep into the skin. He moves forward, disappearing into the thorn bushes. Phew. After a day's bitter journey, his exhausted, battered body finally reaches a quiet place. The scab wounds ache faintly. He swallows a mouthful of bloody saliva, trying to deceive his howling stomach.
Nearly there.
He looks up, the sky spinning in his eyes. To be continued. Okay, let's all go to reduce the ashes. Part 2, reduced to ashes. He vaguely hears a woman crying helplessly. The sound of her trembling vocal cords is familiar. The smell of burning wood rushes into his nose, and he hears a crackling sound beside his ear. So this is when Shamane was real young, because you can tell from if you saw the last one, he's older now.
This again.
He sees flames ablaze, engulfing the house before him, black debris floating before his eyes. He stands before the dilapidated house, shadows covering his face. A sense of suffocation like the day the fire started.
I won't fall for this again. I will stand here and watch you burn to ashes.
What if this is real? A voice whispered to him. The same voice to which he once sacrificed his left arm in a state of despair. Thus, more Parkh was spared, but the powerful Sharma was no more in this world. You can still make a choice. The wooden door in the house collapsed, sparks flashing on his face, painful, scalding, and doused by tears. Sweat streams down the dirty face, and he clenches his fists. This may be the last chance, you know. You try to abandon it all, to forget everything, and numb yourself with physical pain, but the meaningless questions still swirl endlessly in your head. But is this really meaningless? These beams are all on fire. Youch! They're scorching hot. There's gotta be a way around them. I'm on. Oh. Wait, what? Wait, so let me just restart that. Undo. Okay. Is that a survivor? He used to look down on the family, disregarding his mission, and wasting his outstanding talent. A veritable Eden, where Arcanists and humans could coexist without hierarchy that should be a shared future worth pursuing. He has never wavered in disbelief.
Father.
The crippled man supports himself on the table, sits on the floor, and leans against the wall. The burning wood crashes down thunderously, shattering the table inches away, but the man is indifferent.
You dumbass!
This isn't what we agreed to. Look at the fire. It's reaching our house.
I have no idea.
Weren't we supposed to throw all the bottles out? Those guys didn't tell us any of this. Forget it. Let's run. They stand in front of the gate as if watching a circus gone wrong. These are your trusted human friends, good child? His father's voice echoes in his mind. The guilt and grief has subsided over time. Only the deep-rooted hatred remains. He goes over and tries to support the old man on the ground, as he has done time and again in his nightmare.
We don't need you here.
Rejected once again, his father's dignity and grace didn't fade in his memory, even after his death.
You are no longer a Shama. Take your hats off me.
So we're wondering how Shamane lost his arm.
Your mother and I, the entire family, have invested years in your education. Yet you have let us down.
Before this, even when he was estranged from the clan, he never doubted him. Rather, they saw him as a wayward child. You think our reluctance to interact with humans is just stubbornness? You think we shut those humans out to cling on to our land? Imitated? And afraid of losing this so-called dignity? Pushya, human friendship has blinded you. Yet, we have tolerated your childless ignorance many times. We always hoped you would turn back and understand it is not so simple, that this is not a rift you alone can mend. He shakes his head, his last bit of strength spent. His throat chokes up as he tries to utter those undelivered words.
I can give everything back to you as long as everyone gets out of this place.
So this is his nightmare, and he's repeating this nightmare I think every time. Without looking up, a broken beam falls across his eyes. Blood flows on the ground, mirroring the recurring scene from the nightmares that has haunted him since that day. The fire! It's coming this way! No, no! I gotta stop all of this. So jumping over a burning beam removes 1 HP. Every round, fire will spread across the... Okay. Water in the clay vessels can be used to put out fire and stop them spreading. Shamane can push clay vessels in the way, but the broken piece will block the way. Okay. Oh, let's do that one. Go this way. Okay. Rip. Alright, let's see. Okay, so we're pushing up. Is that mother? The hall has become a sea of flames, and the crackling and sputtering elegy of the fire, he hears a woman's prayer. How are you dead? What happened? What happened, Taka? Her voice is terribly familiar, reminding you of the lullabies that accompanied you throughout every punished night of your childhood. Kicking open the locked door, he sees the servant lying on the ground.
Come, Mama.
I can carry you out.
The white elephant will look after your soul.
And place you on a bed warm, where you can... She claps the servant's hand, granting him final peace. Braga finds the Arcanists in the backyard and vows to stop them. But they came prepared. Those Molotov cocktails and weapons are not the likes you've seen before. It must be that group bidding. These are things humans can't normally access. Who are they? Mother, tell me. Mother closes her eyes, shaking her head. Blood keeps gushing from the servant's neck. Margaret always told me that this is not your fault. I said I understand. I know that you've always been a good child. Her frail, pale hands are drenched in blood.
Sorry. I'm sorry.
I didn't know they would do this. There wasn't any. But his mother speaks no more. No matter how he tries, her body remains still. He looks around for a way to extinguish the flames. Turning back, the figure stands in the courtyard. He strides over in disbelief, stumbling. We made it out! Oh wait, never mind. The fire's blazing. One false move can end its breath. Okay. It's chasing me! Oh. What crossbows? Oh, okay. The burning secret fig tree, the collapsing houses. She watches it all with delight, as if enjoying it.
This sister?
Oh, the sister did it? Why are you here?
Oh, now you see me as your sister.
And calling me like that, you always known.
I remember you were this tall.
She casually gestures around her thigh.
What?
The day the manor gate closed before my eyes. Was this sacred fig tree so tall before? As for why I'm here, you should know best. You know, I had nothing to do with this, but you think I'll enjoy it. So, you let me into your head to watch, right? Huh. Well done, you do know me after all. She caresses the charred bark, indifferent to it all.
Don't look at me like that.
They want you to save them. I'm just an insignificant arcanist wielding shoddy skill. As the words leave her lips, flames erupts once more, consuming the last pillar of the manor.
Huh?
You come again. Nothingness, shrouded in a veil of mist, a pure and unblemished white space.
Where am I?
That's unimportant.
What?
You drag me into a nightmare again? Your soul always longed to return. A white elephant emerged from the mist, standing before him, solemn. It's you! What else will you take besides my arm? Come take it. Besides this body, I have nothing left to give you. A figure slowly fades away. To be continued. Stage 3. Part 3. Fangs and Fists. Intense pain awakens his unconscious from his flames. The elephant, they're just illusions. His aching at the bottom, and the herbal paste on the wound gives off a pungent smell. He sits up, animal bones hangs on the wall, the rough wooden table and shelves filled with all kinds of jars. A mask hangs from rope at the center of the house. Its face is fierce, showing unquestionable authority. Now, I am on the right track.
I am on the right track.
A note is weighed down by a rock on the chair. Close the door. The owner isn't a warm-hearted fellow then. But retraction is never the issue. All he has left now is patience. He gets up and pushes open the creaking door. Stepping across the threshold, he needs to quell his hunger first before the owner returns. It doesn't look as docile as rabbits. I better stay away from it. Okay, I can't push this? Huh? Did I mess up? Hmm. Can't do anything. The stream flows steadily as a group of tar drinks by the water. They look docile and clumsy, not alert in the slightest.
Okay.
He tries hard to ignore the pangs of hunger, tormenting his stomach. The dagger turns slightly in his palm, and his footsteps grow more cautious. Please, keep drinking. Imaska abruptly looks up, its eyes meeting his, the shining dagger reflected in his slated pupil. He like a snapped line, it scurries away in panic. The other must respond to the escape call, running away one after another. In a flash, Shamane stands alone in the plains, like a lone sprig. He sits on a rock, heaving a long sigh. What's this? Nope. Messed up again. Wait, so... How do I get that? Wait a sec. Okay. You think you got it? He watches his grimy face. The icy water sobers him a little bit more. If he's gone deeper into the forest, perhaps he can fill his body with some berries. If lucky, he may still get to prepare a meeting gift for the mysterious old shaman. Grace repays grace. One of the few useful teaching the clan left me. He casually picks up some pebble and stuffs them in his pocket to keep the beasts away and knocks berry off trees.
Huh?
He frowns, keeping his distance. The pebble on the ground arranged in a pattern like a spell.
What?
What is this? It's no longer intact because of the disturbance. It looks like...
What?
What? He looks down and sees a furry carbuncle biting his thigh.
Huh?
Just where did you come from? He lifts his legs, squeaking hard. The carbuncle flies midair like a falling fledgling, crashing heavily into small, soft soil. Shamane holds it up to his face, examining the tiny strange creature. Suddenly, it quiets down, grinning being meaningful. Shamane turns his head. A group of carbuncles are charging fiercely towards him.
Do we have to do this, little one? Shall we make a deal?
The squeezed carbuncle stares silently, seeming unwilling to let him go. Fine. Shamane, okay. Okay.
Hold on to that.
Alright, debuff. And special.
Everyone has their own destination. Give me a hand, friends. I can't do this alone.
Go here.
Give me a hand, friends. I can't do this alone. Now dance. Hold on to that. Give me a hand, friends. I can't do this alone.
A fierce battle ends, with the carbuncle scattering away in leaps and bounds. Only one firm ball remains in place. It trembles all over, yet still stands tall before Shamane. Expressionless, Shamane raises a branch towards the fur ball, his long shadow falling over it, its fur drenched in fear. The branch swings down but lands elsewhere. Unable to withstand the fear, the furball scurries away, whimpering. Dropping the branch, he brushed the mud off, his empty stomach hastening his steps. It's not time to stop yet, but he knows his exhausted body can't face any more turmoil. We got berries! Right? Is it berries? Far as always nest packs of wolves. Berries were scattered around, but it was him they were eyeing, baring fangs, growling low, and clearly unwilling to let him leave.
Come on then. Try me. Friends.
Of course, he can't fight the wolf pack. But right now, retreating and advancing are equally dangerous. Bluffing is also a philosophy of survival.
I will cut your warm belly open before you pierce my neck with those teeth and suck up my blood.
The Alpha approached step by step, the rest of the pack following far behind. He takes out his dagger, leg instantly in a battle stance. An opportunity! He steps back, breaking into a run, rushing into the woods. The sound of wolf pursuit is relentless, trailing closely behind. Got ya! Have to take the long way now, huh? I'm gonna block you again. There, you can't catch me now. Wait a sec. Did that count, or did we not get everything? This is the end. Below the towering cliff lies a turbulent, narrow river. Vulture circles around, awaiting fresh corpse. He has nowhere left to retreat. The wolf pack halts. For this immediate meal, what they have to consider now is how to attain it with the fewest losses. He closes his eyes, nostrils contracting as he inhales. If it can stop here. The pack attacks, but he releases the dagger in hand. Now, any one of their claws can tear his body apart. The whistle sound, and the wolf pauses, quickly retreating back to the original spot. A hunchbacked figure strides out of the forest, casually throwing the wolves some rotten meat. The Alpha takes the meat, kneeling silently with the rest of the pack. He turns his head slightly, his gaze sliding past the dagger on the ground and glancing at the figure standing at the edge of the cliff before heading into the forest without looking back. Shamane watches his hunchback figure lead further and further. Finally snapping out of shock, he jogs to catch up. Okay, nice. So, wait. We have a task where we actually have to not take any damage? Alright. Nope. Inhumanity. Wait, no, Inhumidity? Inhumidity? Part 4, Inhumidity. Although hunchback, the old man's steps are much faster than his. He moves casually through the shady, lush forest, as if walking through his backyard garden. Shamane drags his battered body, scrabbling to chase after the hunchback man. It was you who helped me. The certainty in his words declare it no question. The old man ignores the youth's words. As silent as ever, his footsteps remain the same, seamless, oblivious to the painting growling heavily behind him, until he seems to notice something, stopping in his tracks. An injured vulture lies on the ground, its pecked eyes bloodied. Jermaine looks over the old man's shoulder, seeing the holes in the vulture's skull. Is he gonna eat it? This is inappropriate, nor is it a delicacy. It's all just instinct, and the shame that instinct brings makes his cheek flush. Ahem, I. The old man pays no mind to you. He reaches out his rough, bark-like hands, gently stroking the vulture. It trembles no more. People gazing at him. Finally, the calmness of the death descends, accompanied by flies, and he too leaves. The two continue to walk in silence, one after another. By the stone formation in Scully, a familiar silhouette sways slightly. Its black fluff bristles slightly. It's on alert. Ah, it's one of those from before. The old man walks straight towards it. The furball bounces over and sees him bow slightly, pasting a bunch of purple flowers on the formation. The tiny carbuncle happily hops, gladly making way. Heh. The old man shakes his head, flashing a light smile, and steps over the cleared path. The carbuncle duly returns to its own original spot, continuing its alert glance. So okay. Huh? Looks like I should give it something. So I have to get flowers. I'll do this. The furry thing smells Shamane from afar. Without a word, it bites down on Shamane's calf familiarly. Fine, I should be more curious. He opens the palm, a little purple flower drenched in blood and sweat. Wrinkled beyond recognition, lifeless like the one you picked up. I saw he had something like this. Sorry, they got all. He tilts his body slightly and raises his left shoulder. It releases its mouth, looking somewhat dissatisfied. But it's generous with him. The carbuncle luckily moves aside. Thank you.
You have done your part dutifully.
He placed a new adornment on the formation and catches up with the old man in the distance. The furball gazes at him as his silhouette glows smaller and smaller. The He pulled away rocks, chewing the tender grass underneath. Without the noise of water, the tarsiers are especially keen. The slightest wind can make them alert. The long whistle pierced through the woods, gullies, streams echoing across the deep Wolf Mountains. The herd suddenly lifts its head up as one, looking at the old man above them, like a flock of loyal disciples. The old man jumps down, and the herd abandons the delicious tender grass below, scurrying after him. Let's follow the herd from behind. Shamane follows behind the sheep, observing the staggering lamb at his feet. It's struggling to keep up, stumbling and falling behind. Reaching out his right hand, he gently carries the lamb overhead, squeezing into the herd. Alright, so I have to push this one down. The wolf pack lies behind the rocks, not bearing fangs or claws. The alpha straightens up, looking straight at the approaching old man. The old man's steps happens to stop not far from the pack. He slowly takes another step, as if breaking some boundaries, and the alpha swiftly bearing fangs, arching its back. I need to ask you to leave for a bit. The old man takes out a rope-like object, folding the small pouch on it, putting it in the stone, and he swings his wrist. The rock shoots towards the pack, leaving an indent on the tree trunk behind them. Hearing the sound, the alpha erect's ears tilt back slightly. It twitches his nose, hesitating for a moment, and then leads the pack to retreat to the side of the rock. The old man picks up the stone, sighing. His unforgiving silhouette keeps moving, hands clasped behind his back as he gradually walks away. Shamane catches up, but the pack quickly scurries back, bearing their blood-red globes, clearly hostile. With your fragile fists, or perhaps you can find another way. Wait, what are they supposed to carry? Wait, so did that work or no? The true branch, Sheepwool, he cobbled them together in a cruel slingshot. Here's hoping this bluff works. Grabbing a pebble, he placed it in the leaf pouch and tried swinging it like the old man. The pebble flies high. Before it even lands, the alpha makes way and the wolves scatter. But the pebble hits nothing, flying endlessly, falling who knows where. It looks like that too when I first saw the fire. The fear, well, I can't take credit for it. The path opens like an outstretched hand. almost there. He can already vaguely see the outlines of the cabin. His body is still panging with hunger. Another fruitless day. Fruitless, every day is fruitless. At least this time, I remembered to close the door. He doesn't know why he was back here again. He has no home. But what if... Could it be? He's ashamed to still be alive, but he comes this far, all in search of life's answers. The blurry outline ahead becomes clearer. Shamane sees the old man standing at the door of the cabin, gazing down at him and the forest behind him. He stops. The old man turns and enters the cabin. Yet the door remains open. He troubled thoughts dissipates and he quickens his step up to the steep slope. To be continued. Okay. So we know there's 8 stages, so we're doing good, I think. Yeah, 8 stages. Part 5. It rains the same old rain. Autumn winds batter the door, the fire quietly burning, gathering warmth. Inside, a bed has been consistently added, the hanging mats knocking into each other with a dull, clinking sound. In the house, the man twirls his dagger and nibbles around the deer's neck, instantly slitting his throat open perfectly. The blade gently cuts between the muscle and fur, and in no time, with the crisp sound of the dagger dropping, the whole deer skin is neatly peeled off. The blood-soaked right hand gently picks up the deer skin. He tilts his head, stepping on the skin's end with his right foot, proudly appreciating the unfurled work in hand. Looks like this little guy will make a good drum skin. Let's see what the old man wants today. He releases his right foot, pulling the deerskin, and uses his really clean toes to pinch the note lying slightly out of reach.
What? No.
This school guy, seriously? He bolts up, nearly punching a hole in the ceiling. Startled, the magpies behind the house calls out loudly.
Oh.
Huh? He really wants me to die in those woods? Shamane grumbles and he washes the dagger clean in his basin and turns to pull out the fire. Pushing open the wooden door, a strong wind blasts in, blowing over many jars. It's a gloomy autumn day. The skies are overcast, and the forest is steeped in gold. Phew, let's go! So I'm not sure if he's wearing this deerskin right now, and as you see, he is older than the one that you saw before. So I'm not sure how much time passed when he was in the cabin or got to this area. Wait, huh? Oh wait, it's like... Nice, we got it. It remains the post of the hill, ceaselessly nights and day, dividing the land in two, like an insurmountable chasm. The gurgling water surges forth, even more turbulent than before. Shamane steps barefoot into the river, settling as a boulder. It's so cold. He slowly submerges into the icy river until the water passes over his head. Inside the endlessly turbulent water, it's as tranquil as the womb. Here, the ripple vanishes, the bottom clearly visible. The river tenderly receives Shamane, enveloping him. This river was once called Krupa, and said that it was close to her and can obtain her gift of the riverbed. He opens his eyes below in the river. The glowing aquatic plants first, like stars in the water. Thank you. Shamane reaches out, gently plucking one. By the time he returns to shore, the water are churning once again. The river acknowledges the offer of the humming one. Undo. Let's see. Oh. Alright, move the stone back. Oh, hey Billy. You don't have to redeem it twice. How's everything? It sits here enduring storms and invading winds. Despite the erosion of time, it doesn't budge. Stubborn, obstinate, rigid, indifferent to all criticism. Oh, you used to be this small? He raised his solitary arm, trying. I remember back then you were at least 5 or 6 trees wide. I left. You must have given quite some people. Wait. The boulder surface is scarred over, carved, burnt, pummeled. Anything unimaginable to get back at it. But I grown some. Alright, take care, Billy. Then he kneels, bowing his head, letting his forehead sink deep into the damp soil, paying due reverence. He hears the soil loosen and the boulder rises from his salty throne, shifting aside.
Ha! Thank you, my proud friend.
Under the boulder's throne, a verdant plant is bent over. Shamane gently picks it. A familiar place. The thorns has expanded further, across dozens of towering trees. Spikes entwine the roots, nests on the branches sealed off, feathers hooked on the spikes.
Remember what happened when we first met? You nearly blinded one of my eyes.
Below, a gray rabbit is hooked by its skin, blood staining its fur. It's exhausted, no longer struggling. Ha, what a shame. I know how to deal with you now. I need to borrow something from you. He cuts his palm, blood dripping down, seeping into the soil. He lowers his head, deep syllables spilling from his throat. The thorns sip the blood, slowly retreating like a snake back to its nest. The spikes pull out of the rabbit, which quickly escape. A clear path appears ahead.
Let me see.
Oh, thank you so much. Let me see. A flower crown. Huh. Can this be called such a thing? Brushing aside dead leaves, he scans the exposed patch of earth. Lifting his foot, a withers ring of thorns, hardly worthy of being called a crown, reveals itself. Oh well, didn't say it had to be intact, right? The thorn repays the sacrifice of the faithful one. Eight. Shamane follows the bizarre old man for 8. But something changes in the 3rd year after they met. It was a stormy, sunny night, and he held the wolf pup. He thought he had shed all his tears, but a heart-wrenching pain was merely swallowed and kept silent. The fear of death is nothing more than a shield over a pair of eyes. Until in the cold winds, drenched in blood, trembling, he held the sole survivor, and discovered fear and pain once more. He dwelled with them again day and night. Only this time he would no longer flee in defeat. I think that's about everything. Then the Tancham Shaman began teaching him all about nature. He hasn't found life's meaning, but he no longer searched for one. As long as I keep going, keep moving forward. The nightmare halts before his bed. Good. Shamane stands at the forest entrance. He has one last item left. Fine rain scrapes his face, the forest drizzling, and he quickens his step. To be continued. Okay. Next. We're on 6, right? Right, 3 more to go. Part 6. Friendship with a fluff ball. So is that the pet wolf? It's far from the other side of the mountain, requiring him to first cross the dark, dense forest. The rain intensifies, mud underfoot, his steps atrocious. This is an unseasonable part of dependence. Compared to the unfathomable human heart, nature is harmonious. Harmonics. You might have sent your blessing to the wrong place.
Blessing to the
Oh.
wrong place.
He wipes away the rain, blurring his vision, panting loudly to avoid sucking water up his nose. The way ahead is still unclear, but at least this time he knows where to go. Thorn grass. That's troublesome. Hopefully, it's left me another path. The grass, taller than his waist, forms a dense barrier. Softened by the raindrops, it's bent at the waist. Once touched, the blade stiffens, their interwoven and razor-sharp edge able to cut skin to ribbons. Faint sounds come from its thicket.
Hey, little fella. What are you doing here?
The runner has soaked the lamb's fur, head down, chewing on the thorn grass root, the tongue secretion. Where are your friends? It lifts its head, bleating, revealing a head missing an ear.
Huh?
You are? The ram collapsed on the ground, panting and struggling, the wolf's sharp teeth deeply embedded in his flesh, like a barbed hook. Don't go over! Shamane raises the dagger in his hand, swallowing his voice, obediently backing into the bushes. The elderly ram was isolated, which usually meant a gruesome ending.
Huh?
But he's young again. Or no life should belong to me. A sound rustles in the bushes. Crocko. But instead of a foot, a small lamb peeps out.
Huh?
The lamb shifts its horn, rushing at the wolf pack without hesitation. The pack retreats half a step, then surges forth again, gnawing the lamb's head, tearing its tender flesh. The bushes ruffles again, and the flock charges out, rushing at the wolves. They squeeze Shamane's back, diligently chewing away the thorn grass. Soon the barrier is cleared away. Yes, that's right. Something is crying for help. In the gully, the river rises high, submerging the pebble road. The formation is scattered by the rain, the furball hopping actually atop a tall rock. It has no way out, the rapid water surging beneath it.
Stay there. Don't move.
Shamane wades into the rapids and carries the furball off the rock. Safe on land, it stares wide-eyed, looking curious at the tall figure below it.
Huh?
Why are you all alone? Drenched, the furball scuds left and right, trying to explain, realizing its futility, and quickly stops and stands in place. Come on, follow me. Shamane places it atop its head. The furball sways about, finding its balance, sitting steadily. The carbuncle is following you. Okay. Very sexual. Okay, we made it. Alrighty then. Now we're on the same side. Since we're not allies, care to lend me a hand? Corporal has joined your side and is happy to do your bidding. See, Corporal are agile and can move easily move among the thorns. Okay. Being small can also mean not having the strength to move rocks, but it can easily crush twigs and branches. Corporal cannot fight other creatures. Consider you move carefully. Shamane must personally reach the goal to complete the training. Okay. Oh. The cave appears ahead, pitch black and a phantom. Still, it's dry and keeps out a chilling wind. Oh, nature's gift. Shamane leans in, wrinkling out his clothes. He takes out a piece of flint and looks around. But the dry twigs on the ground are too brittle and wet. There's nothing that could easily ignite. Well, not nothing. He grabs the fur ball off his head, squeezing it in his hand. Fluffy, warm, and ignitable. Uh-oh. The fur ball senses the danger. Hey, this is a good deal. That will be good for both of us to warm up. The Compoko clearly doesn't understand the negotiation, but it does feel the chill of the cave. The furball curses, turning around to reveal his thought. See? You so considerate. He reaches out quickly and decisively, pulling out a tuft. Thanks to its help, Shamane gets my fire going. Soon, the flames are blazing fiercely, radiating warmth. The flame lights the cave. A hulking figure staggers over, following the lights. The furball skull is behind Shamane's rear. This is... Shamane stands, peering into the darkness. The hulking figure struggles to stand. It crashed to the ground. Shamane gently approaches, supporting the body and touching the wound on its neck. Its breath weak and exhausted.
I'm sorry.
The giant moose knows death is coming, like a slow, gentle nightfall, and this cave is his chosen resting place. He gently holds up his head, easing its pain as much as possible. It looks into the dimming eyes, feeling his palm gradually soaked in blood. The stench of blood spreads, attracting wolves outside the cave. Caught off guard, the alpha pounces, knocking Shamane to the ground. The rest of the pack follows, pouncing together. Excited, they lick their face and warm paws.
Enough.
Enough, that's
Now
enough.
That's enough, my friends. Sit, sit.
I have something else I still need to do. He kneels by the moose.
A feast has been given to us. May it walk with you, Mother Nature.
Nice art, again. Footprints trace the cliff's edge, startling the birds into flight, becoming food. The destruction precedes creation, death nurtures birth. The wolf feasts merrily, surrounding him like a children, keeping him warm with their thick fur. Right then and there, Shamane's stomach starts howling. The furball glances up at him, staggering over the meat on its mouth. The flames flicker as the wolf's snores rise and falls. Outside the cave, the rain still falls. As dawn approaches, the torrential rain eases and mist shrouds the forest. He leaves the cave early, heading towards the forest's edge. Before long, the path ends and he's met by a towering cliff. He looks down, another forest flourishing below. Where's the last herb grows?
All right. Wish me luck.
A shadow blocks the sunlight.
Hey, hey! Don't!
Don't come down! The furry creature leaps over, smacking him in the face. I must save. The stones on the cliff can't bear the weight, falling alongside as she shouts. Two more left. Okay. Part 7, At the End of the Forest. Shamane opens his eyes, only to find the furball staring at him with its round eyes. You rascal, I only plucked some of your fur. You didn't have to go this far. He grabs the herbs in his mouth, bouncing away.
Hey!
Hey, give that back. I'll pluck some of my own hair if I have to. But before he finishes speaking, the furry thing blends into the bushes. He gets up helplessly, bearing the pain, following it into the misty forest. All living beings, so bound, from beasts to birds, from flowing water to unyielding stone, all share equal essence. Kill and trample not, hold respect within. He leans down, the carved lines on the scene extant, and too eroded to discern.
These drugs.
He goes behind the sea, finding the surface blood, stained from long ago. The furball ignores the cell, bounding ahead on its own. Great. He smells the mist, frowning.
Smells like mushrooms.
Danger lurks within. Instant holds over months and years. Brushing aside some weed, another steel appears. The steel is severely damaged, its carving unrecognizable. Life is ceaseless at the endless stream. Those against nature shall suffer.
Huh?
Hearing crackling sound below, he shifts his foot, revealing the bone of a human hand. Where's the last tablet? House. See how was Oops. Fungus covered the tree trunks, dense like swarming bees. Sticky fluid seeps through the dark green mushrooms, dripping into the withered plants. This place has nothing like this before. Something feels wrong. What is this strange place? He carefully surveys the surrounding, finding a seed wrapped in cyst-like fungus. Suppressing disgust, he pulls out the fungal bodies, revealing the carved lines of the still. Death and life, movement and stillness, all are one. Thoughts and feelings but Emerald's shell. This is such an obvious warning.
Oh.
I should have known this is another of the man's trap. But before entering the forest, it is pointless to question such things. Let's go. What else can we do but enter and look? The carbuncle stops, Asali showing him this swamp. At the forest edge, a group of black carbuncles are grouped together, as if deep in discussion. He realized this is likely their formal habitat.
Oh.
So you brought me to your little friends. Great. Otherwise, the old man would have claimed about having another mouth to feed. As he approaches, the strange feeling intensifies. I say, your friends don't seem as chatty as you. Huh. This smell is quite rancid. The rotten stench rushes up his nose, making him gag. The furry creature's friend remains in peace. Hey, I brought your friend back. Touching them, their carbuncle rolls down, revealing hollowed eye sockets.
Babe!
Little furball! He jumps onto a rock in the swamp center. An orange plant entwined by Melissa sits on it. It's just what he's been looking for.
Oh, watch out!
He looks down and sees another broken Shamane mask under his foot. Damn it. Lifting his head, his hand suddenly flies out, dragging him into the swamp without a word. Alright, another. Okay. Oh, we got Carbuncle as a helper.
Everyone has their own Give me a hand, friends. I can't do this alone. Hold on to that. Everyone has their own definition. Give me a hand, friends. I can't do this alone. Give me a hand, friends. I can't do this alone. Aha! Ooh.
Nice. Give it to me. Dragging his battered body, he uses the last ounce of strength to ignite a piece of wood, hurling into the hearts of the fungus. The fungus streaks at the flame, scorch them, eventually turning into ashes. Holding the plant in his arms, he crawled towards the exit of the ground.
Huh?
What? The smell of burnt fungus invades his nose. Oh no! A shortless mist fills his mind like water, devouring his leg and gradually spreading to the tip of his nose. His eyes grow reveal. A black figure emerges in the mist. A loner among the carbuncle has carried out countless. Fur, damped, icicle hangs from its frozen snot, the source of water in the harsh winter, and the culprit of everyone's growing stomach. Sticky, delicious honeycombs that makes one swell up painfully are the great lord's tribute, and the huge insensible rock tumbling down the tall slope that harms it. Is that not their true power? True purpose? But this is like the strangest thing it carries, a human. What is that? What is that? It didn't care. It carries their heavy body, climbing up like always, yet something is different. Reaching the exit, the mist recedes, the light spills down. It puts down the body. It's time to go back. All right, we're almost at we're at the final one. Let's see it. Are we doing the task correctly? So stage 8 is the last one. Okay. Part 8, Dimming Amber. The uncontrollable river, the impenetrable thorns, the unyielding boulders, they come in waves. Nature stands bare before you, with no one avoiding its existence. You must wade in and touch with your own hands. You retreat in fear, knowing its essence. Only when shattered does a stubborn rock know its toughness. Only when nearly extinguished can a flame understand its brightness. Back to the nightmare. Once again, he finds himself in the same place. He feels the scorching air and hears the cries and wails echoing as flames. I haven't been back for a long time. I called you back here, the once familiar voice said. It's collapsing. This is the last time. I won't bring you back here again. You can leave as you wish. Nothing will hinder you. Leave directly. Ignore the cries and agonies. See through the illusion and waltz past it. Good luck. This is father again or different? He's still lying by the corner on his last breath. He steps into the hall, standing before him, his shadow enveloping him. The stubborn man shouldered the clan's burden with no reply. Now his throat is unable to utter ringing buck. His calloused hands are no longer able to grip his son tightly. As Shamane gazed through upon this figure, is a shadow of its former self.
Father.
He gently lowers himself, placing his palm over the weathered hand. I never succeeded in abandoning my guilt. He looks at the aged face, yet it feels more like he's talking to himself. Yet I failed to replace it with regret.
I'm sorry.
To this day, my choice weighs on me. He looks up, gripping his hand. He doesn't try to pull him up, rather, he just holds the old man tightly.
I think I got the stubbornness from you, Father.
Shamane's face embraces him, pulling him over and ruffling his hair. He recalls such moments were commonplace before. The father leans on his shoulder, lips trembling. A heavy object is gently placed in his palm. This is your sister's. I understand. Finally, weary yet reconciled, the old man lets go. Like a candle swaying in the wind, she sits by the servant's corpse, stirring, awaiting the flames.
Mama.
This face that once made him weep, these hands that held him up, now they are just withered remains, her gaze dim, eyes empty. He doesn't know how to face her. She looks up, gazing at the strong, grown child. Her face reveals a familiar smile. He goes forth, embracing her body as frail as withered leaves. Who are they? If it was to pass him, he will cling to this answer. You always protected me. That was the final barrier between her and her son. Knowing the truth would only bring unknown danger. Now he understands.
Gondola, Pusha.
Mother, I... She gently nudges him to a stand, helping him away from the sea of flames. Her smiling face gradually blurs until it completely disappears amongst the flames. Like dust in autumn, the secret fig tree silently burns, the woman gazing at it under the fig tree for a long time. It brought you here too. She remains silent. He reaches out of the figure below, opening his palm. A moonstone ground smooth. Is that yours, sister? Where do you get this? I think you know.
He said sorry.
He never says that. Kumar paced around his stone, gently tossing it into the air. She stands, holding the pebble for a bit. Turning, she wanders towards the flames.
Where are you going?
He told me to bring you back. But I think you should decide for yourself. She waves casually in a performative gesture, or perhaps bidding farewell. You deserve your freedom, my sister. He murmurs to her as she departs. Going deeper into the sea of flames, the heat gradually dissipates, and the path ends. He sees the door enveloped in fire. This is the final stretch, Pusha. I will bid you farewell too. Why? I have protected every Sharma, but you shall no longer be one of them. What does that mean? You'll understand. You eventually know this is not an ill thing. I'm very grateful for your choice back then. I did indeed take that arm. Now I must leave. Go on, child. Shamane looks around, but the elephant has vanished without a trace. He holds his breath, turning the handle, light spilling through the cracks.
You owe it gratitude for its protection.
Opening his eyes once more, he finds himself in the cabin, the alpha wolf at his bedside. He sits up, pressing his dizzy head.
Huh?
What happened to me? Huh? Where is
What are
this?
you talking about?
Shamane scans the room. trying to find the tiny black figure, but without success. That carbuncle, it should have been with me. The wolf carried you back here with everything on your person, but no carbuncle, child. As the alpha licks his hand, he feels an itch, realizing that his palm is gripping something tightly. Opening his palm, he sees a tuft of fur. He inhales, takes a deep breath. The shaman rummaged through his pockets and hands over an unopened letter. This was with you on the doorstep. He takes the unopened letter, the patterns on the sealed wax one that emerged countless times in his dreams. Frowning, the scenes before him is bewildering. Inside the envelope, the letter is blank. It's from more Parkh. And alright, let's check out his arm thing. We'll preview that and see how that goes, but we'll collect all the rewards. Everything got completed. Okay, nice. We could do a wish probably. Do I have enough? Oh, no. Oh, okay, so we'll do this one. We're gonna try to get Shamane. And let's go. How do we do? Who do we get? Yes! We got it.
What is this place? The serene lake and clear horizon at the end of the vast treeless plain. I would have thought I was back in the good old mountains if I didn't see you here. All right. Do you mind showing me around, my grave-looking friend?
Nice. Let's see who else we got. Four-star. Okay. We're good. We got Shamane. So we're gonna check out what this one is, and then we're probably gonna continue with this another day. So we'll start with one. Let's see what type of if it's story, mini game, or what. Tap to rotate the tunnel piece on the blueprint. Okay. Begin at the starting point and connect the number pieces. When the final piece is connected to the destination, the repair is done. Okay. So start here. Wait. So that's this. Okay, that way. Wait, so what's... Wait, does 2 connect to anything? I don't see it connecting to anything. So 1, 2... Not connecting? start. 1, 2. Oh, okay. Okay, I see. Alright, so that... Okay, we could probably finish this then, I think. Okay. Repair wrists. Start. Huh? Okay, so start. So where's the start? It starts right. So what? So it's. Oh, that's So it's just one, but why? Must be a different way though. What's the pattern? Okay, but wait. So what am I getting wrong? Has to be something like this. But wait, what other way could it be? Oh, well, okay. That was a little bit tough. It's a start, so... Huh? Oh wait, so I have to go this way. There's no 3, right? Then I have to do this other one. What? Let's just like that. Wait, so how do we reach... Wait, 2? Start. Well, what am I getting wrong? 1, 2, so that 1, 2, 3. Okay. Alright, you're getting it. This is a little bit longer than what I hope, but... Alright. Okay. Gaps, I want this one. Start. Huh? It's 3. Okay, start 1, 2, 3. Ooh, got it. Alright, see, start. Good, 1, 2. How do I get to 2? What's this? So wait, 2. Wait, so if that messes that one run up. 4. Or what happened? Oh. One, 2, 3. Oh, 3. Huh. I need a straight line though. How do I... 2. Oh, nice. Okay. And last but not least, can we... So 1... 2... Okay, got that, one's done. Start. Huh? How do I get up there though? Oh. And the wrong one. This is 2. Hmm. Three. Wait, so... Huh. Was not being used. What is not being used? And hey Vitamin, thanks for the gift of sub. How's everything? Just trying to figure out this puzzle because I need one like this. I just one straight long line to finish that. Are you off today or working? Two boys. 1, 2, 3.
Thank you. And if you guys are watching this on TikTok, my name is Vitamin M. Come and say hi.
Oh, what else messed up somewhere?
Have a golden that looks like this.
Two.
Thank you guys. Well done, buddy. Well done. 108. Alright, let's call it, I'm gonna call it a night, okay?
Oh, nice. That's good. Are you doing any streams? Start. Huh. I don't have any more left. But two is touching that one. And oh, that's good. What is not being used? It's one. So I'll move this over here. So I'm using all of them. Wait a sec. That doesn't do anything either. Oh, this is just a card thing, but this is the puzzle part of it.
你嗰度寫咗字位？
嗯？
你想？
Because right now we have the pieces, right? So like this piece is, if I put it here, Wait, what happened? I just messed this up. So that completes that thing. Wait a sec. Well, that's not gonna work either if I... Huh. Yeah, that. I'm not sure if there's an extra piece or not. Wait. Well, that's not gonna work either, huh? Yeah. Huh. We got it. So that was the last one, so that took a while. Completed. Did we get anything? Alright, we got everything. We got the summon, so we got the character. We got him. So the last